if somebody pays tithe and will want that tithe, whatever he pays to be documented so that he or she will file taxes with that. Is what is the stand of the church on that? Does the church give that document to such members so that they can go ahead and file their taxes with it?
Well,
I'm talking about in our case.
Okay.
From my point of view, I think it is unscriptural for Christians, after paying tithe to God and you expect the government to, then you keep your tithe. It's your income. God says, prove me with this. Just like giving, as Brother rightly said, when you read Proverbs 19:17, he that has pity upon the poor, lendeth unto the Lord, and that which he has given, will he pay him again? You give to the poor, and you have lent to God. God will pay you back. And now you expect tax exemption from that. Then at the end of the day, it is not in obeying God's word, but just to seek something elsewhere. And so what is the stand of the church on that?
Well, the stand on the church, the reason I'm coming this, the head pastor has given letters to people. I don't know how late because it's been a while, but I know he mentioned to me some time ago, many years ago, that in a conversation he said, they asked me to provide a letter for them. For tax returns, and I think he gave them that letter. I don't know whether he was able to give them the exact, because some of them pay by cash and others pay by check. But those who pay by check, and those are the people who keep track of, and I know those who pay by check because those are the people who have specifically done that. The head pastor had discussed with me, and we were discussing about something, and he said, and so I know about that. And of course, one of the people actually asked me sometime also that, about something about that, which I'm already aware of. But they may not have been educated. I don't think
that is what I was about to say.
They may not have been educated to that level. And of course, the head pastor was running it, and I have not, he's been saying, he's not, again, in my case, I go through every little, I'm working on it, that every little part of things, and is what I want us to, I'm following Ephesians 3:16.
Let me ask you this. As a head of our church now, I have been paying my tithe. I know within myself, it's a gift to God. You understand? And I ask you tomorrow, I say, Pastor, I have been paying my tithe. I want to pay my taxes. Can you give me a letter for me to pay my taxes? What will be your response?
I'm going to give you the response that as a church, it is unscriptural based upon this thing. I'm coming on. Because one, it's unscriptural based upon this thing. God says when we give to God, we lend to the poor and all of this. And now that it's unscriptural, but the fact is that I have not been able to keep track of specific person paying this or paying that because it is by cash. If it is by check, it is easy to say that, okay, this person, but if I were forced, you have to, I can estimate. Because in my case, I have been keeping track of what we've been, receiving, but since we all know that sometimes it is not one person giving, it is from here, it is from here. As you know, the church, the tithe we receive from New Jersey, and some of, from here, and goes to the head pastor. I still do it every month. All right. So, but some of the ones that we also have here, I have been keeping track. And so even when I send, I pay tithe, send it to the head pastor because he's still in charge, and that is the thing. But scripturally, it is not proper for us to say that, I have given to the church, so I want a letter to confirm to the government because it's that I've paid my distance. So, but if the person forces, then the question is that if the person wants to force me to do it, I have to say that, well, I am not sure exactly how much, but if the person is forcing me, I'll say, well, can you tell me what you think you have done? And even though I don't know the exact amount, I'll provide a letter, but I will say that it's unscriptural, to do that, because I won't be able to determine. But if I'm forced to say that, put something down, I'm going to say, I don't know. So I will say that I don't know.
Okay. Then I was driving to, but you almost at a point. That point is required by law, because if you look, all the churches does that. Now our church alone, you go to the Catholic church, you go to the Methodist church, you go to the Episcopal, you go to the Pentecostal, does that. At the end of every year, like the last church I was in, they used to send, if you want to think about that, they send me a letter, which I never did. But it required by law, I think so. Now why the churches do that? But you're not forced as a good Christian. You can just let it go.
Right.
So,
yeah, and the church. So the other thing is that the church. Okay, let me quickly. Okay, hold on. The thing that I also say is that as a church, through the IRS tax returns, a church is not required to file tax returns. But once you sign up with a 501c, then you are required every year to file. So as an organization, because I've dealt with IRS when I was doing the registration, I had to call them and I asked them, am I required? Say you are not required to file taxes, but if you do, start, you have to continue. You have to make an account of every, whatever you are getting, and also return it. So churches are not required to file taxes, but once you request that category, then it means that you want to ensure that, oh yes, I received this much amount, and so these are my tax returns, and it's, so, and the other thing I also say is that because our church is also set up in such a way that we don't, that's what some people always say that, well, I want to know what a church is doing with the money that the tithe are often. You are paying tithe according to God's commandment. You are giving it to God. So don't worry what the pastor does with the funds. And if the pastor is giving it to, well, some people he knows as a donation to organization, fine. If it is to help the church, fine. If it is to, but you just do your part. Malachi, we should, if you do your part, and then God will take care of the rest. But we haven't been, as a church in First Century Gospel Church, we haven't been doing that, where we take into account this and but I know other churches do record and that's why they put an envelope, okay, this person, and write your name on it, and so you put your name that I am the one giving 100, I'm giving 20, I'm giving 10, I'm giving 5, but we just do all. I mean, in my case, we don't account that, oh, okay, this person gave this person gave this person gave this, and so we are recording that this person gave 1 penny, so we have to make sure that at the end of the year we write a letter to say that we give. But because of how we are set up, we don't do that, and we shouldn't, based upon what we are reading in Scripture. And I pray that it will not be an issue for us, for others who may want to look into the situation. So, come in.
Let's move on. Because we started when I ended, right?